My name is Jaleisha Adams, and I'm 28 years old. I reside in Edgefield, South Carolina. I am a public library manager in Edgefield, and the whole purpose of my presentation is to get people, mainly staff, more involved in the decision-making process. But the goal is to make sure the leaders or like-minded individuals as myself are okay with the underdogs making an effective decision. The thing is, in today's society, executives have no problem letting their staff make decisions. The problem lies within the staff, not knowing how, when, where, and at what times to make decisions effectively. The sole purpose of this study has to determine the positive and negative outcomes of effective decision making among employees and making sure the most satisfying alternative is chosen, if possible. We want to be able to be effective but also efficient. Effectiveness is doing the right thing, but efficiency is doing the thing right. 7 steps to effective decision making are identifying the decision, which realizes the decision needs to be made, and then try to clearly define the nature of the decision. This step is first because it is very important. Step 2, gather relevant information. Collecting information, figuring out what is needed, the best possible resources available, and how you get it. This step involves internal self-assessment and external books, online interviews, etc. to work. Step 3, identify the alternatives. When collecting information, there are several possible paths of action, aka alternatives. The use of your imagination is needed here, along with any additional information that may help construct a new alternative. Possible and desirable alternatives listed. Step 4, weigh the evidence. Drawing out information gathered with the need in step 1 be met or resolved through the alternatives. Favor those alternatives that have higher potential for reaching the goal and you're trying to meet. Then place alternatives in a priority order, which based upon the internal value system is your own. Step 5, choose among alternatives. In this step, you're ready to select the alternative that best suits you. A combination of alternatives may be chosen as well. This choice may be what you place on the top of your list in step 4 after weighing your evidence. Step 6, take action. Once the alternatives have been chosen in step 5, it's time to take some positive steps by beginning to implement it. Step 7, review your decision and its consequences. This is the final step. The decision-making process tends to be strong in reference to moving a project forward and can easily be adopted during the critical times by identifying the different alternatives and weighing the positive and negative of each choice made, just to forecast the outcome based upon each choice. But the decision-making process, as you all can see, is modified to affect the flow. This is a wider view of the decision-making process, showing the problem but helps decision makers investigate different perspectives. Did you know that information fuels understanding, which is essential in the decision-making process? The information given must execute the tasking and be ensured to migrate risk along the way. And the information had to be sure that it is accurate, timely, usable, precise, and reliable. Leaders make good choices, so hiring someone is a choice, even though it's a risky choice. But hey, they tend to hire people so that they don't have to do everything themselves. Think about it. They have to go through different rules, regulations, pros and cons during the process, and it could be the best career choice ever made, or it could be the biggest career flop. Call to action. Think, brainstorm. What are you trying to accomplish? How will you know that a change is in improvement? And what changes can we make that will result in improvement? Plan. Create a process improvement plan. Clarify and break down the problem. Set target for improvement. Analyze the root cause and develop countermeasures. Set a goal, measure it, and document it. Act. If the solution is successful, implement it. Carry out your plan. Collect and record feedback results and begin analyzing of the data. Change, capture, evaluate. Look, be creative. Make it fun. Repeat. Be consistent. And if you don't get the results you desire, look at why and determine what to do differently. The idea is to identify and focus on what works and what needs to be changed. Accepted proposal, expected outcome. Right decision versus wrong decision. Everyone can make a decision, but everyone doesn't make the best decisions for the best situations. Think about it. Decision making happens to affect us every single day from the moment we wake up. But objective decision making is the key in most areas, especially when it's time to make a change. From a successful business standpoint, making a wise decision is critical for future advancement. There are consequences for rash decision making, so be mindful when that time comes. And please don't make decisions based on emotions, time pressures, being overconfident, reluctance to ignore invested costs, and social harmony bias. Without effective decision making skills strategies, disappointments are bound to happen. And when a crisis does occur and or tough decisions need to be made, the ability to make an accurate judgment is very essential. An outcome will show who's right and who's wrong. But first, a decision has to be made. Again, my name is Jaleisha Adams. These are some references that I have according to my presentation and also according to my final project business report. Thank you.